Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, I have some really fun news to share with you today. Right wingers, right wing insiders more specifically, have finally turned on failed Republican candidate Kari Lake. It's pretty delicious. So, here's why. Here's what they're saying, and just a little juicy nugget for you. So, Lake, as you guys all know, she lost her race for Arizona governor in 2022, and she has been fighting for 2 years to overturn that loss. She has managed to get herself sued for defamation because of her election fraud lies, but she was pretty much still is, I would say, a MAGA favorite because of her blind loyalty to Donald Trump and her refusal to tell the truth about Republicans losing elections. So Lake decided she's going to run for the Senate this year, and she easily became the Republican nominee. But her poll numbers, as I've shared with you guys, they have just worsened as the year has gone on. So she has consistently been losing in the polls, trailing behind her Democratic challenger, Ruben Gallego. And we're not talking about a few points and within the margin of error. Most of the recent polling shows Lake losing to Gallego by double digits. And this is really telling. So journalist Yashar Ali posted on X, quote, or Twitter, I will call it, updated Fox News poll of Arizona's Senate race shows that Ruben Gallego up 13% over Kari Lake. When it comes to women voters, Gallego has a 23-point advantage over Lake. And while most of MAGA may only care about making libs cry, the more serious MAGA members are starting to see Lake as a liability. They see her as a, dead weight around the ankle of the Republican Party. So last week, the dam started to break and right-wingers started issuing her political eulogy. What kicked it off was a Marist poll that showed a significant share of Trump voters are not going to be voting for Lake in November. So they're going to split the ticket. The Marist poll shows Trump winning Arizona by 1 point, but it shows Lake down by 10 to Gallego. So in response to this abysmal polling, an Arizona Central journalist named Lori Roberts wrote an opinion piece that likened Lake's campaign to that of North Carolina candidate Mark Robinson. Not good. I mean, this is the guy you might know from what I've shared with you guys. He has had too many scandals to count. He was recently outed for allegedly calling himself a black Nazi and saying that he has been having sex, or years ago was having sex with his quote unquote hot ass sister-in-law. This is who this guy is, saying that he loves, Mein Kampf, he's pro-Hitler. I mean, just a freak. So Roberts detailed the groups that favor Gallego. And most importantly, she wrote, quote, independents, the ones who decide Arizona races, are breaking 2-1 for Gallego, 64% to 32%. It's almost as if insulting John McCain voters was a bad thing in Arizona, where they loved him. Imagine that. And it seems that the more people get to know Lake, the less they like her. Not really what you want to hear as a candidate, right? We liked you till we met you. We liked you until you opened your mouth. So Roberts pointed out that Lake's been campaigning consistently for 2 years, and her unfavorable rating went from 42% in 2022. So 2 years ago, she had 42%. She was still underwater, but 42%. Now her unfavorable is 51%. I mean, I shouldn't say she was underwater. She, was still in negative territory under the 50% mark. So now a majority of people A slight majority of people in Arizona hate Kari Lake. Only 39% of Arizona residents now have a favorable opinion of her. Not good. Roberts also said, quote, "Another day, another heaping helping of disaster for Arizona's reigning queen of the Make America Great Again movement. When this election is over, Republicans should really begin asking themselves when and if they ever want to win again. Because if it wasn't clear after already losing 2 Senate seats and every key statewide office, it's about to become undeniably clear to all but the fiercest MAGA diehards. Moderates aren't going to support a far-right firebrand." Roberts went on to say that every Republican operative that she's spoken to is saying that this race is over. So she quoted a few of them. There was a Republican consultant named Chuck Coughlin. He told her, quote, "You can put that one in the deep freeze." Another GOP strategist named Barrett Marson told Roberts, quote, "She is probably beyond help by now." And Republican consultant Tyler Montague, he jumped on the dog pile and he said, quote, "I don't think there's enough money and time for Lake to rehabilitate her image." And then Roberts ended her article with, quote, "I picture the late Senator John McCain somewhere in the hereafter laughing his head off." And we're all laughing with him, really. I know I am. And I have to share this with you guys. It is hysterical on so many levels. So the Arizona Republican Party put up this billboard that you see here on your screen. For people listening on the podcast, it's a photo of Tulsi Gabbard, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Elon Musk, and Vivek Ramaswamy. This is the Arizona Republican Party that put this up. And it says unity. It's like the unity ticket, right? So where to start? The party is so done with Lake that they didn't even include her on this Arizona billboard. She is the state candidate for the U.S. Senate, and they see her as such a liability that they didn't put her on the billboard that says unity. They have people on this billboard who aren't even running for office, but not Kari Lake. They have former Democrats on here. Tulsi Gabbard is a former Democrat. Kennedy was a Democrat up until like 2 seconds ago. And he was calling Donald Trump a piece of crap up until about 2 seconds ago. But not Kari Lake. She's nowhere to be found. They even have Musk, Elon Musk, who isn't even a politician. And not a single one of these people has anything to do with Arizona. This is so sad. This is like if they were throwing a party at Kari Lake's house and they told her, "You're not invited." "Hey, we're going to use your house for the night. We're throwing a rager over here. Sorry, you're not welcome." This is too good. It is so good. Oh my God. Anyway, I enjoyed this immensely, as you can tell. Because she's such a... Here's the thing. Mike Lindell, he's just brain dead. I mean, honestly, I mean, the guy did so many drugs. He admits that, right? He's just not all there. I don't think he's that bright to begin with. Drugs didn't help. So I don't think he knows that Donald Trump didn't win. But Kari Lake, regardless of what else you have to say about her, and I got a lot to say about her, you may have a lot of thoughts on her, but she is smart. The woman is smart. Okay, you cannot take that away from her. She knows Donald Trump didn't win. She knows the election fraud lie is a lie. She knows it's bullshit. She knows that she didn't win her election. She knows she has no evidence. That's why she gave up in the defamation lawsuit and said, okay, yeah, I'll just take my lumps, figure out what I owe you, and, we'll be done with this. Because she knows she has no evidence. She knows it's not true, that she used it just to become a MAGA favorite. So that is what pisses me off the most about her over people like Lindell, because she is smart enough to know better. And she was also a Democrat until 3 seconds ago, who voted for Obama. But she saw, where the mood of the country was, and she's an attention whore. And so she's like, oh, I'm just going to throw my hat in the ring on the Republican side, suck up to Donald Trump, pretend that I'm all on board with the Stop the Steal BS, and I'll stay relevant and I'll, get out there. I'll be invited to speak at all these events. So it's such a cynical play. It's just gross. So that's what pisses me off about her over other people who are just too stupid to know any better or too naive. So anyway, that's what makes this just so much fun. So I will let you know when I hear more. But yeah, I think it's safe to say her political career is done. She is done. Once, twice, they're not even going to wait for 3 times the loser. So, all right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.